What's going on, Battle Pirates? Price is Wrong here from Battle Vortex. It's Forsaken Mission time again. I actually got a lot of my show prep done for tomorrow night already, so I got time for Forsaken Missions. I'm gonna see if I can knock them out. Wish me luck.
Welcome to Battle Vortex.
Alright, I guess for starters, I just go ahead and go on out to the map here and just get my Nighthawks out and see if I can start getting some boats out as a couple of 65s. Let's see. I'm quite honestly, I'm really hoping to get the that Blaze, because I kind of got my Hellstrike build down finally, and I would love to be able to put that on there instead of a Magma. So I'm really hoping to get that. I think it'll be really good against Drudges and Reavers. Is really what I'm after with it. So. Excuse me. I got another truck roll from my internet service provider supposed to come out tomorrow, so tomorrow morning. So I'm really hoping that'll get that resolved again, or try. I'm sure it's not going to get resolved, is because they actually had closed the ticket before they turned it over to maintenance, and which that guy basically just comes out and works on the plant, makes adjustments, whatever, and then closes the ticket out. And he doesn't necessarily have to check with me, and he never checked with me, so I wasn't sure if anything was ever done, but apparently he came out the day after my last house call. Got a message. Getting really close to having my final Nighthawk ranked up. It is getting really, really close. Ron Rob, how are you doing? I was wondering if I was going to get company on here. I didn't really promote it, though. I never really do, though. I just kind of make my videos, play my game, make my videos, push them up to YouTube, and yeah, I'm not like trying to get like a billion people here or anything like that. But I definitely don't mind the company. I'm doing all right. I got still got some sinus issues and all that, and I think I don't know. I think I worked through some stuff today, so a lot less stress, man. I got some stuff off my plate, which is always good. I probably should have checked that message. Oh, it's streaming now. I told him dreaming now. That is Kilted Pirate. He jumped to me. Oh, you're here in Virginia too, Ron Rob? Where at in Virginia are you? Hey, Orkin. Oh, you're in Virginia Beach too, Ron Rob? Haha, that's funny, Orkin. I saw you signed in earlier before I went, and okay. Well, yeah, I get a lot of messages, Ron Rob, so I apologize. I do get a lot of messages in a lot of different places, so I get them here and Facebook and Kixi and but I remember having somebody message me and telling me that they were in Virginia Beach. Think I know you gave me like an intersection. I think it was like Bird Neck or something or other. I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was a Biocean or something. I don't know. Yeah, and I told you where I was at too, right? Over by Honeybee Golf Course. Yeah. Yeah, I get a lot of messages, man. I I got a pretty good resolution on my screen, so but yeah, I fill up my message thing on the side of my Facebook of just names of people I talk to on a daily basis, that and then some. A lot of messages. Oh, am I gonna have to take a hit here? I hope not. I didn't feel like I was slow, but my screen looks like it's jumping a little bit. I haven't dropped any frames yet. Didn't say I took any hits. Yeah, I wish I wasn't so popular, man. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there always looking for help, and I've always liked helping people. This doing it this way through Battle Vortex, so just lets me help a lot more people at one time, and which is awesome. That's really why I do it. Alrighty. Wish there was like a road crew where I could get like double points on dredges, like you can get like double uranium. Uh, I think the bulkhead. I think it's a really nice armor. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I think it's a really nice armor. I did some number crunching on it today, and I was quite impressed. Very very impressed. But with armor points comes repair time, and so and they give you a lot of armor points. As far as efficiency goes, like armor points per weight, they're. I mean, it's a bargain. It's a great deal. Uh, yeah, I got some thoughts on that Fallout armor. That Fallout armor, the one downside about it is that it doesn't really stack with anything. Um, I mean, you can't put it with anything else with radioactive buff like the reflective coating, and you can't put it with like a defense special either. Here comes the Morts. There we go. Let's get the heck out of Dodge. Didn't mean to stop. Jeez. Ha. Yeah, the proto. That's another repair bill, man. I don't know. I mean, obviously these things are made for this a specific type of player. They're not made for an average player. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Forgot to prep out that one sub. I mean that one torp tower there. Oh, excuse me. All right. See if I can do that real quick. Let me check my messages. All right. Well, you guys can all see me, right? Hey, Darth Davids. Yeah, Kilted Pirate is saying that he can't. I think he's saying he can view the chat, but no video. Oh, there was an update to Google for Google. And there was an update this week. All right, let's do this. So I got my pirate mug. This is my pirate mug right here. Excuse me. All right. Let's go. Yeah, it might be a plugin issue. I didn't think about that because there was an update this week, and usually what happens when Google Chrome updates is it'll turn on. You'll end up if you're running the installed version, not the Chrome version of Flash, which is Pepper Flash, but if you're running the other one, it'll turn the Pepper Flash on. Then you got two flashes running at the same time, and then you just start having weird things happen. Well, quite honestly, no, it really depends on what you're going to use the Kodiaks for. If you're planning on using them on strongholds and drag bases, you really want to have a lot of evade. You want the evade to be as high as you can get it. And crap, I probably should have came in at 6 o'clock. Yeah, let me retreat real quick. So really, that's the big thing, is having your evade as high as you can get it. And if you do mix missiles, you want to make sure, I'm assuming you're doing missiles, but if you're going to mix missiles, you want to have the ranges got to be similar, pretty close. Like for example, Achilles and Strike B have the same range. And let me move this here. Look at my base real quick. There he is. Hey, Kilton. Was it your plugins? Oh, okay, it's Safari. I gotcha. Let me see something here. Let's cancel that real fast. I'm going to work on this for a bit. Let me drop my res off in here, and then it's just, I'm not full, and I'd rather be full, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop my cargo off. Siege Z is an awesome one. That if you got that, that's great. Yes, Siege Z is an exceptional missile. So congrats on having that. Just try to even your boats out. Some people are doing 3 boats to keep their repairs down, and not saying it'll help or not, but you really just want to have your evade up high. Now, if you're going to use it for player bases, if you're going to put them in a situation where there's going to be a lot of splash, or UAVs even, the evade's not going to help. I take it your base is south of mine? Yeah, I got the pop-up that you had landed, but I didn't really look for your base at all yet. Let's see if I can get in there and get some of that right there. Because I really want that guy right there. Alright, that was kind of awesome. Okay, for the raid, because we're probably going to be fighting Reavers. It's probably going to be fleet versus fleet Reavers. If you can get this blaster thrower thingy, or the blazer, whatever, that's in the Forsaken missions right now, I think that's going to be really good at that. But missiles will work really good too. But the Reavers tend to have pretty good evade, and the Reavers tend to have pretty good evade, so quite honestly, I'm expecting the Reavers to, well, you probably do good with a Bullseye Brigade, so try to get some Bullseye Brigades if you can. Mixter is watching me. Is Mixter here in the chat at all yet? Probably not. Oh, you're that close to me? One base south? Yeah. But also against the Reavers, something else you're probably going to want, and that's going to be speed. Oh, I took some splash on my sub. When did that happen? Yeah, I think that Blazer, it's got 80 range on it, but you know those Reavers are like super duper fast. So they're going to close any gap on there. So I think 80 range against the Reavers are going to be fine. Best thing about that is that it's a splash damage weapon and it's fast, you know. I mean, if you could put like ballistic splash, it'd be, you know, that was accurate, it'd probably be best. But, you know, siege cannons, for example, if they were any accurate, then they could be good. But I don't know, you're going to get really good fire rate and everything else out of the Blazer. So I think the Blazer's going to be really good in the next event. I hope I get it, this Blazer here. Liam got it. I think it was Liam who got it. Yeah, I think I want to put them on my Hell Strikes, that new Blazer, instead of the Magma Thrower. I don't know if I shared my build on here. I think I did. I don't know if you guys all seen what I was thinking about going with, but probably pull it up in my shipyard, to be honest. Or, yeah, my shipyard. Gypsy. It's Gypsy. He's an old MBK guy. Can't remember what alliance he's with now, but he's a good guy. That's he's looking at me now. Hmm. Nice. I was kind of wondering there for a second if I was going to get away. Oh, really? The 3 new components. Well, which new components? For sale. Man, why have I got so much? I don't usually get this much activity. People watching me in the game. I'm gonna get paranoid again. Got 2 watchers now. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here. Got too many lookers, man. All right. Now I'm not saying that they're. I mean, there could be definitely Nighthawks there underneath there that aren't my own. But I see where you're at in there now, Kilted Pirate. You are down here just a smidge. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on up here. Oh, there you go. You got the Blaze Thrower on there. And you got these at R10. Nice. Oh, we'll check you out. Um, hmm. See, with the Fallout armor, I didn't think you could do Fallout armor and reflective coating at the same time. Kilted, have you tried? I mean, I know on Huggies it apparently works, but have you actually tried that at the in-game shipyard? Because I had somebody tell me that these two could not be put on a hull together. If you could try that in the shipyard and let me know, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, it's good looking. You know what? Let me do that again. I just want to look at your numbers, ship stats. Oh, there we go. So armor points, 14,000. That is impressive right there. 14,000 armor points. Holy crap. Um, your explosive defense is not very high. Missile defenses could be higher. Radioactive defense is 60%, which is not bad. Evade 64.7. I don't know that I'm really all that impressed with all the numbers on there. I'm not going to lie to you. But I don't know. I mean, it's got a lot of armor points, and with all those throwers on there, and these are all built exactly the same, right? I'm really going to like to see that, man. When you get that built, I'm really going to want to see that. Oh, you haven't won them yet. Yeah, I had somebody else tell me the reflective coating 3 and the Fallout armor, you can't put those on a hull together, is because they're both radioactive defense weapons, and so it's just like putting 2 defense art weapons on there, or defense specials. So you can't put them both on there. That's what somebody told me anyway. But obviously, you know, if it works, it works. Oh, sounds like my wife is home. All right, so you got two siege missiles on there, and all your boats are the same. That's not bad. That's not bad. And I guess you got Dock 10 and Shipyard 1. Is that correct? This is probably not a bad build for you, to be honest with you. So you got your MC3 alloy and all that on there. This will probably be a good build for you. You'll probably be able to do a lot with this. Now, you don't have anything on there for accuracy. Now, this has targeting built into it, so, but retargeting built into it, the Kodiak does. But a Bullseye Brigade crew will help you immensely, Darth Davids. Bullseye Brigade. So I definitely recommend giving that a go if you can. All right, let's see here. And I know it's a 500 roll. It's not really cheap to get, but something that you might be able to do to get a free blueprint. Because I did this the other day. I just went and did a Forsaken Arena, and as if you win, if you win the first win of the day, you get. Okay, that was weird. The first win of the day, you get a rogue crew. So. I do got damage protection, and that's something else I do too. I try to keep damage protection in here. But if I go in there and I get a win, it's a rogue crew, and I got a Bullseye Brigade that way, and it was a lot cheaper, obviously, than doing the rolls, the regular rolls. So, oh, and this is what I'm currently building. The only thing I'm missing is this slot right here. Um, I was going to put a magma thrower there, but after seeing this new thrower, I want to put the new thrower here. All right, that's what I'm building right now. I want to click this button right here. Look at that. That's ridiculous. All right, I got another message. Hmm. All right. Thank you. Oh, there's Shogun DCOA. So if he's here, that means that's the Alliance. He used to be an MBK guy too, and that Gypsy guy would have been one. But they're friends. Yeah, I had a computer issue on Sunday, and my video card was like dying. So I didn't. My video card was dying, so I had to go get another video card. I was down for a few hours. Basically, the fan was just like spinning as hard and fast as it could, and it was like just making some crazy rattling noise, and it was really loud. So I had to go get a new video card and put it in. So I was able to get one. It wasn't too bad, too expensive. I spent like $60 or something like that on a new video card. Oh, Kilted, you said you can show me your stings just now. What is that? I mean, you got stingrays. Like, are you wanting to demonstrate them like out here in the sector or what? There we go. Yeah, I'm glad I don't live in Africa. I mean, I know it's the motherland and all that, but there's a lot of other stuff that lives there too that I don't want to be close to. What's he got to do, babe?
The bow ties came in today.
Mm.
The secretary bought them, but you have to tie them yourself. They're not pre-tied, so you got to learn how to tie a bow tie.
Oh, he's good at that.
Yes. But because we all looked at them tonight, and it was like, well, we don't know how to tie this. Sergeant Major goes, we'll figure it out. And Bree was there, and they're like, oh, Jason will figure it out. He's always coming with these ties, and I'm like, yeah, he is. I was like, I watched this on YouTube. So we were talking about Jason's ties. And they're like, oh yeah, give one to Jason. I should have asked if I could bring one home. They had to get all numbered and all that stuff. So.
All right, let me get out here and I'll look at that kilted. I'm just going to announce in comms I'm streaming on Twitch. All right, let me retreat real quick. All right, yeah, I'm out here. I got the Fallout Armor 1. Now, this is the bypass chain gun, huh? Wow. Them things are really strong. Those are really, really strong. See, you got them up to R7 now, too. Thanks for the tea, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah, new chain guns are no joke. One of the guys just demonstrated them. There's a guy who's just south of my base. He jumped to me. He's on the stream right now, and he showed me his R7 Stingrays with that bypass chain gun on them. And things are awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, they're really neat.
good range.
Yeah, they got better range than Thud too. I think they got better range than Thud and the other chain gun and everything. I know if you put them on a Goliath with a HB3, you can get range up to 90, 95. Yeah. His Stingrays are up to R7. I don't know if you're doing any retrofits on your Stingrays right now or not.
I think I'm working on my MCXs right now.
I got to remember to get that torp tower the first time out this time.
Yeah, mine are still R5.
Run. There we go. That'll work. Oh, yeah, he'd probably outrange my Stingrays. He probably would for sure. Trying to remember everything that I've got on mine. I know I've got a couple disruptor cannons on my Stingrays. I know I have a siege cannon, but I think most of them are assault cannon. Oh, and I got a Piranha depth charge too. But his stuff looked really fast. I think if we did a fleet versus fleet, he might wreck me.
I got impulse launchers on mine. My range is 91.
Yeah. Hey, Kilted, what is the range on your cannons on your Stingrays? I know you get a range buff. What is your what's your range on there right now? My wife's got Stingrays. She loves her Stingrays, but she's got impulse launchers on hers. I'm getting my Stingrays out real quick, and I'll kill a 51, just so y'all can see what mine look like. All right, this is mine, and you see I've got 3 assault cannon Z's on there. I got 2 assault disruptor D's. I got a siege cannon and a Piranha. But quite honestly, my Nashes are like my go-to, for anything that I would use my Stingrays for right now. Well, exception of the I do for the dredges, because I need to get like 2 assault cannons on there. But you know what? That's actually might not be a bad idea for me to put that on my Nashes.
You have to tell me what he says his range is. If he tells you.
He said his range is 85.
I'll probably be able to kill him then.
Oh, rockets. Uh-oh. Run. Boy, look at all them rockets. Guys are trying to get me. I think they want me dead. Yeah, your cannons definitely looked a lot prettier than mine too. Probably took less damage and killed it quicker.
Yeah. I like my launchers too much, I think.
All right. I think I prepped all that out. Let me get in here and. He's getting ready to hit another one, babe. Do you want to watch on my screen? Oh no. Well,
Yeah,
you can watch.
Yeah.
She can actually. She's probably just going to peek your battle there. Yeah, the bypass, you can get up to 95 range on those because the Gully has like huge range buff on it. Yeah, I bet you'd smoke my fleet. Now you wouldn't smash my Nashes, but you could definitely smoke my.
They're fast.
Yeah, yeah, they are quite impressive.
That gun shoots fast too, though.
Yeah. That was pretty neat. All right. Anyway, let me work on my mission here.
Tell him I'll take mine out and do one.
Oh, my wife said she's getting ready to take hers out and she'll do one.
Mine are not that fast.
Yeah, she's not going to kill it as fast as you did either, but
I haven't used them in a while.
are you getting ready to do it?
Yeah.
Let me just drive out here.
I'll wait.
Yeah. Yeah, you go ahead. I'm just going to drive away. Where are you at? Oh, I see you.
Had to go find a 51 since everybody's hitting. So.
This is my wife's Stingrays. Yeah, she loves hers. She loves her Stingrays.
Might have been faster than his.
Yeah, she said it might have been faster than yours, and it might have been. Might have been.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. You know, my wife, she was like almost. She almost caught up to me on rank one time, just like on base level, and but she just like really backed off. That was right about the time they came out with the campaign system, and she just really backed off the game ever since.
These are still R5, so I got removed.
My sinuses are like messed up tonight. Yeah. My wife is another one. She used to really enjoyed hitting some bases, but she don't get to do that so much more anymore either. Well, actually, she don't hit bases at all. How long has it been since you hit a base?
4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months, she said.
I think. I don't know. My battle log. I can't remember.
You've used that Stingray fleet on a base before, haven't you? Haven't you killed a base with that before?
Yeah, a long time ago. Some bad bases.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Darth David. Sometimes anybody could get in my base.
There's plenty of 65s here. Don't need to wait around to do them.
Yeah, there's lots of 65s here. It's definitely one good thing about being right next to MBK. Lots of big targets, big cargoes.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start my Forsaken missions too.
Yeah.
Get them done.
Yeah, it's not very often anybody fails in my base, to be honest with you there, Darth David, so don't beat yourself up too much. It's not your fault either. I mean, because I don't blame myself, quite honestly, because I know what I need to do to my base to make it a good base. I just can't afford it, to do it. I've been working on it for months, and as the game changes, so do my plans, so, yeah, so don't beat yourself up, man. I mean, it's not much you can do about it. Unless you spend a fortune. I want to see if I can get that one back there. Uh-oh. I see where I just took a splash right there. So now I know where I need to be careful at. Touched me just a little bit. Yeah, you can't really keep up without coining a fortune. There we go. I was starting to worry there for a second. I'm like, dang, I can't believe I'm not getting any more mortars than that. I think somebody's writing me. Oh crap, man! That freaking Serb got me. They freaking got my decoy. Well, that bites. All right, let me grab another one. I'm glad I keep extras. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that'll work. That's why I keep extras. That DNX, man, that R5 DNX is still pretty, though. I still think it's pretty. That's a good-looking boat. Oh, our son needs a haircut, right?
Not tonight.
Is it already too late?
I was supposed to take a shower at 9. It's kind of late for a haircut. Do it tomorrow night. It'll have to happen for tomorrow, right? Yeah. You just gotta have the haircut for this weekend, right? Alright, well go hop and do your shower. See if anybody's on raid call, maybe.
Alright, let's see here. Let me stop that guy right there. Just got to kind of move that just a smidge. I think that'll be safe. I had one of my old buddies was asking me about how to do the decoy, and you know, and I used to, the first few times I did it on my stream, I know I kind of did like a little walkthrough type tutorial almost, and basically what you do is, what I'm doing is I'm just selecting on my boats using the up arrow key, then I pick a target or a destination. Like when I click on the water, you know, put the green dot there, that's my destination marker, right? But then what I'll do is I'll switch over to my number 3 boat, which that's just where I put my decoy. You know, some people will just pick a different number, but for me it was 3 that works fine. And I know my decoy slot's always number 3. And then I'll just drive that. So, you know, I do, like I said, the long command or I have the generic one for the whole fleet, and then I'll just manually drive my decoy. Now, as soon as my decoy gets ready to go under again, then I'll go ahead and issue my command. Now, the trick with using a decoy is you always have to make sure that there's some kind of sonar on the map. You know, there has to be sonar on the map, and if you don't have any sonar, like if I were to target this right here and take it out, then my decoy wouldn't be any good. None of these other turrets would see my decoy. Hey, Joel. And you can use shift click too. Knowing your keys, your key commands comes in really, really handy. Well, I mean, this is 265s, and look how much damage I've taken, you know. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with being able to auto, you know, a target, and it seems like a lot of people will try to build their boats because they say that the stuff gets boring, but, oh, crap. And I'll agree, things can get boring, particularly when you're building all your boats to auto everything, you know. You know, it's good to be able to have some hands-on, and you know, I mean, to me, hitting that 65 wasn't boring at all. You know, now if I could build a fleet to auto it, I don't know. I'm sure, you know, it'd probably be more boring, but it'd probably be cool at the same time. Oh, there's Gypsy's base right there. Awesome. Oh, and there's Shogun. Nice. Okay. All right. Let me find me another 65 here. Now these things I do auto 75s with these, because quite honestly, with my Nighthawks, I'll auto 75s, the Elite Cargo, and it's just because, you know, sometimes if you know, I can pull it up on my phone and do those, you know what I mean? You can't really drive from your phone, from a Puffin web browser or anything like that, but you can click a target. You know, I mean, if ever you got bored enough, you know, you could do that. I'm going to go ahead and kill this little thing down here. That's that one. I just keep the top ticker up there. If anybody does tip, I'll turn the other one back on just so everybody can see your message, but for a few minutes. But no one needs to feel obligated. The downside, I'm retrofitting my. I've been retrofitting my stealth system for the subs, and that's Cat 3 and Nautilus Battery 3. And even though it does increase, my stealth, it also increases my cloak time, so I'm staying under longer. All right, there we go. I got to be careful here because I can accidentally snipe that torp tower, and I don't want to do that because I need that sonar for my decoy. If you got to do your Forsaken mission too, man, there's lots of 65s out here, so don't sweat it. Yeah, do what you got to do, buddy. Ain't no thing. These things are going to be respawning anyway, so it's all good. Don't worry about it. See, my wife's up there hitting them too, but there's lots of them here, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to step away just for a second. I will be right back. I'm back. Alright, just in time too, looks like. Oh, I was wondering what you were talking about, Joel, Enforcer training. I just figured if it was relevant to battle parts, you'd eventually explain it. Never heard it called hunter training before, but I get what you're saying. You're talking about outranking. Yeah, yeah, it's the same basic thing. I just didn't know what you're talking about before because I'm just not accustomed to people referring it to it that way. All right. I need to get my Mastodon Kodiak fleet out here and work on this stuff. I need to learn to drive that daggone thing. And freaking Mastodons, I think, would be awesome if I could just learn to drive them. Oh, yeah. He's watching your MCXs. Oh, yeah. She's really proud of her MCXs. I might have to start streaming your gameplay now, babe. Let me see. Let me hunt for her real quick. Uh, yeah, you kicked that 65's butt, though, huh? Yeah, she loves them things. No, you cannot. You can't use the Reaper. The Reaper, for starters, uh, it can't be a flag, but Well, I guess you could probably be talking about running a Mastodon as a flag, but no, it can't be a spotter. You can't use the sub as a spotter. Can't do it. All right. No, Nope. Still won't work. All right. That worked pretty good. That worked pretty good. And I gotta try not to kill my decoy this time. All right. Yeah, it'll be cargo. I'm not really expecting a whole heck of a lot. I mean, my personal opinion on the Retrofit Pack 15 coming up is that because all the hulls that are getting retrofitted are kind of all current hulls. Nighthawk, the V2C, V2H, and the Kodiak. I'm expecting just like mediocre buffs. Um, not to mention it's the first R5, the first 5 levels, right? Now that they have the capacity to put 10 levels in there, I'm expecting probably 6 through 10 when they do come out. They're probably going to maybe potentially significant, but I'm expecting 1 through 5 to be pretty insignificant. Like maybe 10% evade buffs, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm sure it's all going to take uranium, but hopefully the amounts will be not that huge. You know, again with there being 10 levels. Okay. All right. Ragnarok's watching me. I saw somebody had an interesting idea somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but I know I heard somebody mentioned the like a Seawolf X, coming out with like a Seawolf X. I know they came out the Levi A, so it'd probably be a Seawolf A, Floating Fortress A. Alright, so Nighthawks. Back down here. So far, I've gotten, well, I kind of expected to get these just because I already had everything else. So the Fallout armor I expected. Tier 4 is the mystery, okay? Right now I could potentially get the Blaze Thrower, I could get Fallout armor, I could get the Zenith Reinforcement D4R, or I could get the Reaver Bulkhead. Being that the Blaze Thrower is the one that I'm really going for, it's probably the one that I'm not going to get. It's probably going to be the last one on that list that I get. It's quite sad that it works that way, but it does. It seems like Kixeye they can read everybody's mind. Oh, let me check my message real quick. I think the guy was just watching me, wasn't he? I could swear that guy was just watching me. I don't think so. I don't think it's worth using over the alloy stuff. This is not. I don't think it's something that I would like really rush out to throw on your fleet. Quite honestly, the alloy, if you're using like, because that one's missile and explosive, the Fallout armor is, and so MX3 is 45%, where that's 33% defense. So you're swapping out a little bit. Not to mention the Fallout is a lot heavier. Okay, it might not look it, but when you look at the blueprint, it's total weight 14%, where the its total weight is 14%, where the alloys are armor weight 13% or something like that. They weigh a lot less. So no, I would say it's not. I mean, obviously, you could customize your build and do whatever you want to, but as I would not tell everybody to go out and start doing crazy refits. They have to have it or anything. Wouldn't do that. Oh no! I almost took that torp tower out. I did that once. It kind of sucked when I did it. Okay. Mm. Yeah, you know, if you don't have like the I don't think what that new special, the Fallout, is a variant of reflective coating. I don't know if many people realize that, but what's kind of weird. I mean, it's a variant, but it's not. You can't put it on the same ship as reflective coating or with another defense special. So it's kind of like a hybrid. But also, it's the Fallout is Forsaken Tech, which is really weird. The reflective coating is Drag Tech, but basically from the reflective coating you get 33% evade, and you're switching that out for 33% explosive and 33% uh, missile defense in place of the 33% evade. But it's got the exact same defense, radioactive defense, and the exact same weight, 14% of total weight. All right, another one prepped. Yeah, the description says it's Drac. It says it's Drac, but it's and it was like refitted, but it's like Forsaken Tech. Let me see here. Oh, new CEO and BP. Are you serious? Hold on just a second. You got me wanting to go check my stuff. I just hear my iPad is kind of active, and so it definitely got me wondering. Orkin, are you serious? That is. I don't see anything. All right. I thought you said new CEO and BP. It made me think that Will Harbin wasn't around anymore, but I don't see anything. Ah, this guy. I'm just going to finish my Forsaken missions. I'll have to deal with them some other time. Yeah, forums would go nuts. No mortars inbound. Cool. Means I don't have to sweat hanging back just a smidge. Yeah, I would imagine if something like that happened, my contacts, there'd be some serious activity going on. All right. I think I got that move down. What do you guys think? Excuse me. That's all right. I mean, I just before I pass anything on, I like to investigate and make sure that it's not just a rumor, because a lot of times people say things and it's just taken wrong. It's nobody's fault, really. Just these things happen. Yeah, just putting a guard in your base makes a world of difference there, Joel. Wow, I didn't get all those mortars that time. Oh, there we go. Jeez. Alrighty, you.
They're not ready yet. I have to wait till they tell me that they have them. Or call me.
Yeah. Oh, good night, son.
You do have practice in the morning, right?
Mm.
You feeling any better? See you in the morning.
All right.
Oh, I'm tired.
Yeah, I think I'm fairly certain he's still CEO. Yeah, Eventually, what you want to be able to do there, Joel, is whether you're on or off, is your base should be able to defend on its own. Eventually, I mean that's like where you want to be at. Once upon a time, I could do that in my base. It's been a while. I'd like to get there again. People still die in my base on occasion, but more often than not, it's usually just it's horrible. Yeah, yeah. Did you get? You didn't get on raid call. I see Rag is looking at my battle here. Makes me wonder if he's on raid call.
I went to the MBK one, nobody was there.
Okay.
Thought about hopping on someone here, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to or not anymore. Kinda getting tired of hitting these things already.
Oh yeah. Getting a little tired.
Yeah, I'm bored now. Still need to do a few more of them. I just want to go in and run them all over.
I can't remember what number I'm on. I think I'm on number 4. No, not really. I don't. I mean, usually when people hate on me, it's usually for when I get hate mail, it's not from people dying on my base. People don't. It's very rare that people die in my base, and usually if I get hate mail, it's pretty much like anti-fans, of mine on the BV. We have some people who love the show, but they have a favorite arbiter, and I'm not it. I've had some of D's fans, man. They really just came. They wanted my blood, man. It was craziness. Lady D's fans, and then there's people who don't like BV, and those are other anti-fans, I guess. And but usually it's with them. It's usually just really bad comms. I end up just having to ignore them or get on here and play and be quiet and don't let people on online and that kind of thing. I get hate mail from time to time when I go hit memorials. But it's been a while since I hit a memorial. Hey, Guggen. That's not that I can't count, it's just that I have a horrible memory. Holy moly. All them boats just freaked me right the heck out. I gotta tell you, it really did. Alright, I could look at my score and see how far I'm at. Okay, I see I'm at 3-7, so I'm getting close. I'll know soon what I've got, or what I need. You know, I know I'm full on resources. I might just go ahead and coin this one boat where it's at. Let's go. Let me look at my base real quick. Well, quite honestly, the DNXs they also have sonar and they have assault missiles. They've got retargeting, so they can shoot my subs. They'll be able to kill my decoy if I didn't prep them out first. All right. I'll work on that for a little bit. Watch this, guys. Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy. I just wanted to empty out some res. That hurt. That was really expensive. I do get a lot of fan mail. I get that pretty regular. I spent 773 gold.
You did?
Mm-hmm. That was one of my Hell Strike refits. Yeah. Most of it anyway. The only thing that's missing, I want to put the that blaze thrower thingy on there. So that's all it's missing. It's got one empty weapon slot. Waiting for that. I'm not used to spinning like that, and I know there's guys like that will just drop change. That's like pocket change to them, and I'm not generally that kind of a player, but yeah, these things got retargeting and all that, and they would kill my decoy. The DNXs would. Yeah, filthy coiner. It's gonna take me a little while to get over that, pulling that trigger on that one. Ben's a traitor. Why you say that? Yeah, yeah. I hope it works the way I want it to as well. It'd really suck if it didn't, but I'm expecting it to be pretty awesome. I'm really I haven't been this excited to use a fleet in a while, so I'm really looking forward to using that one. No, not really. I'm not really excited about Retrofit 15, Pack 15. I, those are all fairly current holes, so I'm really surprised that they're in there. And to be honest with you, my expectations for the buffs that they're going to get are pretty low. Oh yeah. Well, since since the Alliance Crib started doing Battle Pirate Crib, he's been an admin for the Battle Pirates Crib. So he's been doing that, and he's on BP Outpost, and then he was with Battle Vortex. So yeah. Well, I've actually kind of saved some money, Joel, because all those months that I didn't give any Kixeye any of my money, some of that I held on to. Well, this particular build, I actually got, talked to a lot of different people, ran this build by a lot of people, and it got blessings from a lot of people, that particular fleet. So I'm hoping it'll be awesome. And quite honestly, I think it'll be good for. I don't have anything with cryos. That was my first boat with cryos, and and so I'm excited with that. And I hear they're really good with reavers, so the cryos are. And dredges rather. So I'm expecting it to be a pretty awesome fleet. Yeah, I need to. That's something I should. I definitely need to spend my coin on is my base guard. But it's like I don't feel like my base is ready yet for the base guard, And I feel like I can build a guard and put it in there, and that's like the last thing that I want to do, is my base guard. Um, and it's just with the game changing as often as it does, I just kind of feel like if I go ahead and coin a base guard and put that in, that it'll only be good for a week or two, you know. I mean, that's kind of like the Kixeye way, And except my base isn't built up yet enough to support a proper guard. Let's see here. Oh, it's your Seawolf fleet. Nice.